Only one can return to the main tournament for 1988. The other goes zip out of the atmosphere. Let's join John McEnroe returning to the team, playing Boris Becker as they take the court at the Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Germany leads 1-0 because Eric Yellen, a disregarded German before this meeting, has beaten Tim Mayotte. Tim Mayotte, the favorite, the kid from up the road in Springfield. And so here it is, John McEnroe trying to pull the United States even. Aching back and rust, nevertheless, McEnroe jumped on Becker quickly. He broke Boris's serve to go ahead 2-0. The 19-year-old German, 9 years McEnroe's junior, broke back to make the score 2-1. Both McEnroe and Becker held serve to show glimpses of what was to come with a few dizzying rallies. At 4-5, McEnroe broke Boris's serve again, with the German double faulting on set point. 1 set to McEnroe. When we return to the 1987 Davis Cup survival round, McEnroe will be serving, and he's ahead by a set and 3-2 in the second.
Athlete of the Week is presented by
Only One Radio.
辰野おじさま。
あ、
すずさんとなおちゃん、大事にしてあげとせ。
なんじゃ急に。
Sound that fills the room.
Yes. But it's McEnroe who said we must win here. I don't want to go playing in Campeche or someplace like that next year. Well, he would not, but he may have to play in the United States or in Canada or in Argentina, in Uruguay, Bolivia, Ecuador, but in the American zone should we lose here. And never have a chance to win the Davis Cup in 1988 should we lose here. Funny thing, the loser here also only gets one automatic to the Seoul Olympic Games in 1988 with tennis back in there. Others could play through qualifying to get there, but how many tennis players would want to do that? So it's very important to win. Then you get 2 automatic berths in the 88 Olympic Games for men. Love 30-2 all in the second set. Right at his feet. And it's 3 break points for Becker.
You know that McEnroe knows how important it is. He was broken 2 games ago. Then Becker really helped him to break back. But if he gets broken here, will Becker do it again? It's really unlikely.
The changeover or the end of the last game when Becker committed those double faults, it was Tom Gorman who looked at his man, John McEnroe, and gave him the sign to throw the ball up, get the ball up in the air. Indoors, it's very difficult, very easy to drop your front shoulder when you're serving. The ball gets up into the lights, and all the double faults have been committed here today into the tape, into the top of the net.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, there's a save.
It's also a first. I've never seen an overhead drop shot before. Take a look at this. He's in trouble and he knows it. He gets back. This is a game effort just to keep himself in the point, and it ends up being a drop shot overhead for a winner. Write that one down as one that you'll only see every decade.
If McEnroe gets out of this service game, you might jot that down as maybe a little bit more important than that.
Second set.
That's out. Saved another.
Becker does not break here. He'll be on his heels, mentally speaking, because he knows that he was so close.
Just give me this. I really don't want that.
Becker's had 6 chances to break in the match. He's broken twice.
Wow. Saved all 3. We're deuce. Whereas Boris Becker's double faults have come in crucial situations that have hurt him. John McEnroe's aces have come in situations that have certainly helped him. Bailed him out. And who would have thought that McEnroe would have more aces than Boris Becker so far? There, but now Becker's got another shot. For those of you tuning to ESPN expecting to see the U.S. women's golf, by the time we went to them just about an hour ago, the rains came to New Jersey and play has been suspended. And so we're here live in Hartford, Connecticut. USA trailing 1 match to love as Eric Yalen upset Tim Mayotte in 5 sets after Mayotte was up 2 sets to 1 before the intermission. And now McEnroe surprised Becker by winning the first set. And they're on the serve in the second set, but for the 4th time in this 5th game, Boris Becker has break point against McEnroe.
Dangerous for John to stay back like he did that last point. He's got to keep coming in. It's by far his best shot. Extraordinary that Becker was able to make McEnroe have to hit another shot to win the point. Look how far out of this thing he was, but he gets to it, scrambles it back, and believe it or not, that ball would have bounced in. McEnroe knows that and hit it for the winner, but that was not as easy an overhead as it might have looked.
Isn't it remarkable? A man as big as Becker, strong as Becker, hard hit as Becker, can move the way he does.
Yes.
And get to the ball. On the line. Oh. And that's no good.
Just an unbelievable get. You're talking about athleticism, and he shows it to you again. That ball bounced on the line, and he hit it down the line in such a way that if McEnroe had not actually hit that ball, it would surely have hit the line.
McEnroe upset with himself, Cliff, because he didn't put that volley away. He's been working on trying to get a little more penetration on that first volley. That's one of some very important points here in this match this afternoon. That wasn't one of them. It allowed Boris Becker to thread the needle down the line. McEnroe said to himself, hit it in no uncertain terms. It's another break point.
Well, in a little bit of gamesmanship they're playing. Becker was tying his shoes, so McEnroe went off over to the towel again. Football. Now he will love this. He will love this.
Look, the fact is, if you football, they're going to call it on you. What are you going to do?
Mickey Pilic is up, obviously to object to Richard. Second serve at break point. That's the bottom line.
He does stand very close to the line. That's good.
McEnroe has not had a game point. He's had 5 break points against him, serving now at deuce.
Oh, that's good.
How long can McEnroe keep it up?
That is a very good question. But just take a look at Becker now. He stays in this point now. People thought the point was over at that point. Now McEnroe comes in, and watch Mac. You see he's looking for that forehand down the line there. And honestly, that's where I thought he was going to go too. And then he hooked it cross court, and McEnroe just wasn't anywhere near it. Couldn't even get his racket on it. And for once, Becker took just a little bit off that forehand. Didn't hit it as hard as he can.
Now they're really playing the towel game. Becker went first, so McEnroe went, and now Becker goes back. Boris was looking at McEnroe the whole time just to see how long it'd be. All right. Break point number 6 for Becker to go up 3-2 in the second set. McEnroe won the first.
Yep. That wide serve for the Becker backhand, that's his best bet.
You dubbed this the match of '87. I don't know if it will stand up to time, but at the moment, I'm in agreement. The amount of tension, the comeback of McEnroe, the Davis Cup World Group standings on the line, the ability to stay in there for 88, and it's Boris Becker he's playing.
You quit clapping when I miss the ball, huh? You!
There he goes.
Who the hell you think you are? Damn it.
The first real sign of cracking up and yelling at the audience from John McEnroe.
You keep clapping. He said, you keep clapping when I miss the ball. Who do you think you are?
What do you think, Tom?
It has always amazed me that he can get so irate one moment and then forget it all the minute that the ball's in the air for the second serve.
You know, Cliff, as a commentator, analyst, whatever, when you're down love 40 and you save 3 break points, you say a lot. Then you save a 4th, and you say a little more. Then you save a 5th, you say a little more. This man has saved 6 and now is serving to go up 3-2 in the second set. What can you say?
It seems an eternity ago now when he just picked off that topspin lob that would have given Becker the break, and he got it over with a drop shot overhead.
Becker gives it right back.
McEnroe's in trouble every time he stays back. He just can't afford to do it. Becker's too tough off the ground, and well, he'll come in on you the first chance he gets.
This is the 5th deuce in this game. And McEnroe was down to love 40 in this service game.
Yep. Well, it's 7 times lucky for Becker.
Well, you've got to hand it to this man from Germany. You know, he had love 40, as Fred had mentioned, and you tend to forget that it was a very lucky shot, frankly, from McEnroe that kept him in this thing at all. But that doesn't seem to bother Becker. He just keeps flailing away, and again, as you said, another break point.
Breaks through and leads 3-2 in the second set, and he's up to serve.
This man has a secret. It's a secret that'll give you the edge in your career. Sculpt your body and take your love life to new heights. Build amazing.
とんでもない。早速、孝一郎にも伝えます。
Free health questions plus step-by-step exercise.
Becker has lost the first set, but he's up 4-3 in the second over John McEnroe.
Probably just coincidence, but this is the side that has given Becker more trouble. He's been broken at least twice from here.
Well, he had something on the approach shot and certainly something on the volley.
Look at that.
Two of them. McEnroe, to me, Cliff, has played a lot of good points, but the coin, or to reuse an old phrase, these last few points to me have looked almost vintage McEnroe.
I could not agree with that statement more. It's precision tennis that McEnroe plays. That's what we said going into this thing, and you saw him play 2 very precise points in a row. Becker feels the pressure now. Love 30-second serve.
Love 40 and 3 chances to get back on serve.
That is
McEnroe.
so smart of McEnroe to make that play. The approach shot wasn't a particularly good one, but with Becker on his heels mentally, you have to make him go for the passing shot. That's exactly what McEnroe did, and it worked.
He's got you. He breaks him at love. At love. It's 4-all.
You think you're harder on your engine than most people?
15. As we pointed out more than once, Cliff, there are three separate stories. Boris Becker, twice a Wimbledon champion, disappointing 87 out early at Wimbledon. John McEnroe to return after so many months away from the game and 2.5 years away from Davis Cup. And finally, the biggest story of all, the Davis Cup. Big game for John. Not only has he broken back at love, but of course, whoever wins this will be up 5-4.
There's a fire that burns in McEnroe that not many athletes have.
On the line, 15-30.
15-30.
Good anticipation from McEnroe. Now look at this ball actually curl to your left of your screen, and that is not some kind of an optical illusion. It actually does that, the way that he swings into the ball.
Watch Becker ride it in though. Look at that.
Big point.
Oh, wow. 15-40. And a chance for Becker to break back and serve for the second set.
15-40.
You've got to get Becker a little wider on that serve. If you hit it anywhere into his body, he just doesn't have any problem getting out of the way of it and getting a good swing at it.
He's got a guess to the backhand. McEnroe's gone to the backhand, but as you mentioned, not quite wide enough, and Boris Becker didn't have to move his feet too much, but boy, what a blistering return. No chance. Didn't matter whether McEnroe was another 2 yards in behind that. It made no difference at all.
Well, he saved one. He's got to do it again or Becker will serve for the set.
Just the wide to the backhand serve here in the ad court. He's gotten his aces over here down the middle.
I'd go for the down the middle one myself. And that's my guess.
Just when you think that's it, McEnroe gets the point.
It is just astounding how McEnroe can react to the return of serve, because as Fred will tell you, Becker really piled it on that return of serve.
At court level, the velocity at which these returns are going when the boys get a full swing at them, it's just frightening, and how he can control the head of the racket on that volley is amazing.
McEnroe pulls it out. It's going to go down in my book as one of the gutsiest performances I've ever seen him make, and I've seen a lot.
Well, you know, they're saying, could he get back to the top? I doubt it. I doubt it. People have said maybe he could. Maybe he can. The fire still burns, as you said. All right. Now it is Becker who comes back down a set, and he must serve at 4-5 in the second.
You said you never loved me. You admit you're doing me wrong. You
say you're using me. Hartford. This is the third meeting of McEnroe and Becker, and McEnroe seems just a little jealous maybe that Boris has taken over his role as the darling of center court at Wimbledon. In the second meeting, McEnroe was glaring and shouting. "Who do you think you're dealing with?" he yells at Becker. Well, Becker dealt him a defeat. So this is the third round. So as we return to the 1987 Davis Cup in Hartford, keep in mind, no tiebreakers here. It's 1987, and they don't come in until 1989 in Davis Cup. Neither player giving an inch in this one. Boris Becker is down 1-0, but he's serving for the second set at 8-7.
Becker serving for the second set.
Second set.
I think the odds makers will use language a little stronger than unlikely, Jim. It would be inconceivable. No, not inconceivable. Maybe that's being a little too strong. There is a way the USA could win it. They have to win the doubles. I think McEnroe will win his match against Yalen. What about Becker and Mayotte?
Six of them for Becker, 15 all. Mayotte leading 2-1, only to lose in 5 sets in the shadow of where he grew up, Springfield, Massachusetts, just down the road. Match he was supposed to win.
Very good approach shot from Becker. He makes it look so easy, you know, and it's not.
This man got the respect of a lot of us here today. Some of the players knew how good he was. After all, he defeated Wielander and Mechir and Curran along the way. But down 2-1, age 22, Eric Yellen came back to beat Mayotte and give Germany this position of leading 1-0. He'll play with Becker tomorrow in our doubles at noon Eastern time. Yes. 30 all. It was wide, Boris. Great chance for McEnroe to serve.
Oh, look at that.
Break point coming up for McEnroe.
One of the great shots in our sport is the running forehand from McEnroe wide. Now take a look at this. You have to judge, as Becker will, that McEnroe is going to go down the line because he can hardly get to that and hook it cross court. Or at least most players can hardly. Becker does it better than anybody. Watch this. See Becker looking to the right, and then it goes cross court to the left.
And we're watching Becker take a tumble. McEnroe has raised his arms and told the crowd to get behind him on this. Becker serving at break point. It is 8-all. The Mac comes back.
He's fighting so many odds. He really is. The power of Becker on a surface that suits his game to a T, and he breaks him again.
Now that's the first time we've heard USA chanted here today.
Can your radio do this?
Again, Claude Richard says that is a fault. Second serve. Everybody in the officiating group here, 2 umpires, the referee, all from France. Neutral.
That he uses when he plays. Where have you ever seen anybody with that same activity? This lob was played the only way that he could play it, which was about as high as the ceiling of this place. Becker then plays an unbelievable shot. That was a much harder hit than what you believe. And then McEnroe, with a little bit of help from the tape, hits a winner.
I am truly sorry that the U.S. Women's Open was rained out. But I'm not sorry at all that the country is able to see this match here on ESPN. McEnroe, Becker, Davis Cup, Hartford, Connecticut, live. 6-4, 8-all in the second, after Becker was serving for the second set.
This is the match they wanted at the US Open a couple of years ago. They got one at Stratton Mountain last year, went down to the tiebreaker, down to the wire. This is just the most incredible Davis Cup match I've ever sat through.
No, that's wide. 30-15.
For the first time in years, it's given the American team here. They're standing up, waving their jackets, USA, USA. They're getting the crowd going. McEnroe's got them going.
Well, things have not been great the last several years since losing in '84 in Sweden in the finals. And they're looking for the impetus. They're looking for the drive. And McEnroe gives them hope. 30-15. No.
No matter which way it turns out, I am in awe, as are you two. I know McEnroe's single-mindedness, his drive, purpose.
I love the little innuendos. They both respect one another so much, I think, that they hit great shots like that, and McEnroe will just, from the other corner of his eye, look up at Becker, and Becker the same. When McEnroe hits one, he looks up there and says, well, how did you come up with that one? Incredible tennis.
Overruled.
Second serve, big point.
57.
The nuances of the strategy that they use. McEnroe did not come into the net that time. Becker had the open court. When lost did he miss the second serve return?
Yes, he wrong foots him. And it's 9-8 McEnroe in the second after he won the first 6-4. And again, when they come back, Becker will not be serving for the set, but serving to stay in the set.
Second set. Now it's precarious for Boris because if he loses serve, he's down 2 sets to love. Let's join him. He's serving at 10-11.
Yes.
McEnroe is so accurate when he's playing well, it's uncanny. He makes it look so easy. But that approach shot that he hit was over the high part of the net off his forehand. And it didn't look ever like it was going to miss.
Becker looks to Pilic and the chair. Second serve. And that is out. Double faults to set point. His double faults have really come, most of them, at just the worst possible moments for Boris Becker.
I thought that first serve got it. Fred, you have a better look at it. Could you tell?
Very close to call from down here, but again, Claude Richard just can't overrule those.
3 chances for John McEnroe to go up 2 sets to love. That's a fault. Well, overruled, and now McEnroe and Gorman. Gorman better keep McEnroe away here. John's talking to Gorman. That's an ace. They won't reverse that.
It's my right to make a correction, you know.
That was such a big point.
Yes, it's such a big point. It's 15-40. That's all.
Yeah, but it's definitely wrong. You haven't missed a call yet.
No, maybe.
You've got to be stronger.
No. Yeah, I'm sure of it.
How can you be that sure? That ball was just going outside the line on 40 lobs.
No. 15-40.
Second point, number 2.
Did you get a look at that one, Fred?
I don't know. But
yeah, that one was just as close as the last one. Cliff, they're coming through here at about 140 miles an hour. I don't know how they see them at all, but Claude Richard said, yeah, it was a big point. It's now 15-40. That is all. And McEnroe said that one was out 6 inches. I don't think it was out quite as far as where he pointed. But Tom Gorman's point was valid, that this lines person has made very few errors on that service line. And how could he overrule it at that stage?
Well, I agree it was arguable, meaning whether it was in or out. I personally thought it was out, but I'm not on the line. Still set point.
Out.
And a still set point.
This is what Davis Cup ties are made of, and these are two great champions. They respect one another's ability, but they both had nails for breakfast.
And Becker fights back. It's deuce.
McEnroe will remember that overrule for a long time. Matches have turned on a lot less than that.
Well, all due respect to the point before where Becker served the double fault, he could have argued a little more than he did about that call. So they've both had disagreements this game.
Game point for Becker, trying to even the second set, had 11 all. Now what's this? Becker's walking over. Pilic is ordering Becker back. Gorman going to intercept McEnroe.
That's absurd! Now you shut up, Nicky. God damn it! You shut up!
Did Pilic say something?
Pilic was saying that he cannot talk to the umpire, and so McEnroe has told Pilic to shut up and in no uncertain manner, and that's not correct either.
But Fred, why? Excuse me, why was Becker walking toward the chair?
Well, Nicky sent Becker back, and we know the rules. The rules are applied to Davis Cup where you can only talk to the chair umpire through your captain.
But why was Becker approaching the chair in the first place is my question.
Well, it was the fact that John McEnroe was the man that just walked up. He's thinking about that point that was at love 40. That's what he's arguing about. So Becker just walked up to check and see what the discussion was all about.
Okay.
Gorman's trying to get between Richard and McEnroe as well.
That look is at McEnroe from Gorman. Becker now trying to square this at 11 all. Deuce. What makes a tennis world go round, this kind of match?
He made it. No, it's long.
That's out. And a fourth set point for John McEnroe.
Uncanny accuracy from McEnroe. Becker did well. He made it. No, it's long.
That's out. And a fourth set point for John McEnroe.
Uncanny accuracy from McEnroe. Becker did well to get there. He steered it down the line, as you see, and just barely long.
White faces, white faces.
That's out. We're back to deuce. And did you notice that second serve of Becker's, how deep it was at set point?
That's still a gutsy effort from Becker on set point, though, Cliff. I feel to stay back. He lost the last rally that they had by staying back, allowed McEnroe to come in on that backhand approach.
But I don't know when I've last watched a match where there were as many close calls. Both of these guys are just going at it 100%.
He's got a fifth chance. And remember, as McEnroe has his fifth set point, that Becker came out to serve for the set and lost his serve. Again, set point, again, second serve. No.
You'd think one of these players would take a little step back to give themselves a little more time. Becker hit that half volley from the baseline, and then McEnroe did the same thing, but his didn't work.
Becker just cannoned that ball, stayed back on the return, and just, as you said, just didn't take anything off it, leant into the ball and hit it as hard as he's hit any backhand throughout this match.
As opposed to the 5 set points by McEnroe, this is only the second time that Becker has had game point to square this second set at 11 apiece.
Remember that those 5 set points might have been 8, Jim, if McEnroe had made that volley when they were at 9-10, love 30, Becker serving, that he hit long.
That's history now.
This match live. Instead, they were going to take the U.S. Women's Open Golf Championships. McEnroe knew this. He didn't like it at all. And then he was distracted by a woman in the crowd whose radio was too loud.
They have a radio receiver.
The Women's Open on, the Women's Golf is on.
They said the Canadian Open's on, the Women's Golf is on, something's on, but somebody's listening to it up in the stands or have another television set up there, and John's not too happy about it.
As it turned out, the golf tournament was rained out. And so McEnroe and Becker were on live, and very lively, as we return to the match. It is McEnroe serving, second set, 13-13. Any Triskaidekaphobes out there?
On the line, Love 15. Two remarkable athletes, two remarkable players. And even though Becker is down a set and has had 5 set points against him, who would want to bet against him?
I sense that McEnroe is in a little trouble now.
Why?
Because he's had so many chances and he hasn't converted them. And that will so often creep up on you.
Double fault. Clippers.
I think McEnroe is starting to show some signs of wear and tear. Getting a little weary.
Love 40.
He needs his first serve desperately.
Seconds in English.
Terrific. Unbelievably quick hands. I judge he thought Becker was going to go down the line off that backhand. He whipped it cross court and McEnroe still had time to make the volley.
Can't buy a first serve in this game.
Someone punch that guy in the face for me.
Oh, he missed it. And there's the break. Becker leads 14-13. And when he comes back for the second time in this set, he'll be serving for the set.
This man has a secret. It's a secret that'll give you the edge in your career. Sculpt your body and take your love life to new heights. What's the secret? It's Men's Health. Every issue brings you tons of useful stuff.
过世，宣告战争动乱的昭和时代已经正式走入历史。民事新闻楚璇出编译。
而至于今天国际间还发生哪些大事呢？接下来是我们的综合报道。
From tying this at a set apiece.
Well, you see, he gets so few free points. He has to work so hard for every point. partly because Becker makes him work for it, but on the other hand, Becker can just bang his way out of trouble, something that McEnroe has difficulty doing, against Becker at least.
Eric Yellen, Jan Tiriac, coach, mentor, business manager of Becker.
Keretich and young Ricky Osterthen. What a great thrill it must be for those two fellows here.
Keretich was born in Yugoslavia, the same place that Nicky Pilic is from. The others are all born in Germany.
Now, remember, back in game 22, McEnroe had 5 set points. Here is Boris Becker with his first set point of the second set at 14-13, 40 love.
McEnroe, by the way, was also born in Germany.
Wiesbaden. Second set. 15-13. There will be no rest period. They'll keep on playing. Obviously, we're going to at least the fourth set. The rest period will come at the end of the third set.
ESPN Classic, 1987 in Hartford. How did the United States get in this fix? Well, you see, in Paraguay, it was wildness everywhere. The players and their families, the Americans, actually felt threatened by the Paraguayan crowd. And even though the leader of Paraguay, the dictator Alberto Stresse, was there, that made the people go even crazier, and he raised not a finger to bring back order. Finally, the United States lost, was pushed to the relegation match in Hartford, and Paraguay was penalized for its crowd and not allowed to have another home match that year. Wildness everywhere.
But match points are an old story to this match from both sides of the net and both players.
Yeah, but there are only so many of them before you convert finally. And Chapacu, believe me, Jim, the momentum is on his side. Jimmy Arias' back is absolutely to the wall.
Got it. 6-4, 6-1, 5-7, 3-6, 9-7. Look at him now up the court. It'll be some time before Fixing can get up.
Paraguay is just a bad memory. When we return on ESPN Classic, McEnroe is serving at 5-all in the third set.
Not out of McEnroe yet, is it? Extraordinary point. Watch it. A series of extraordinary shots. Now he comes in. This is a perfect shot. And an unbelievable get from McEnroe. He realizes that he's still in it. Becker dives for it. McEnroe gets back to put it into the open court while Becker is down.
That's the first slice backhand that Becker's played off that one too, and it's quite remarkable that he gets to this one and can't really get to it, so has to dive for it to get that little bit of oomph to get there. Quite unbelievable.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, don't they? Second serve. Oh. Wow. was a little Becker-like on that second serve, taking the kind of chance that McEnroe took, because he didn't take anything off that serve, and he threw it into the forehand side, which he very seldom does, because it's slightly a less higher percentage play than into Boris's backhand, but it worked.
It is approximately 9 p.m. Friday night, July 24th, in Hartford, Connecticut. You're looking in live on the Davis Cup match between John McEnroe, who is back, and Boris Becker, who's never left. He's not even 20 years old yet. Germany won the first match in an upset, Yalen over Mayotte, and McEnroe, with a 28-game second set loss, is battling Becker to try to pull the USA even at one match apiece.
Halt!
When you consider how difficult it is to watch, how as a spectator your hopes go up and they go down. Consider playing this for about 4.5 hours, which they have been doing.
It's a source of some pride to me, having been so closely associated with the sport, because they have to be in shape, and the concentration that it requires. It's a singular experience in sports.
Well, it is in covering it as a broadcaster, Cliff. We just have to watch every point. Just watch, not play. And that takes concentration.
Oh, that's
on the line. McEnroe leads 6-5 in the third. It's a set apiece. We're in Hartford, and we're not through yet.
You don't have equity.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila. You know, even though your home is probably your most valuable possession, lots of companies won't let you borrow on it unless you have equity in it. But what if you don't? Well, if you have good credit, you can still get as much as $40,000 even without equity. Here's how. Just call Home 123. The loan counselors at Home 123 will show you how you can borrow $20, $30, maybe even $40,000, up to 125% of the value of your home. And there's no appraisal necessary, so you can often close in as little as 10 days. Use the money for anything you want. Pay off loans and credit cards, or maybe even do that home improvement you've been dreaming of. So if you need money, you don't need equity. You just need good credit and a phone. Use it to call Home 123 for the no equity loan. Call 1-800-HOME-123 or visit us on the web at home123.com. It's how to get the money you need.
This has become an endurance contest for everybody. The second set alone took 2 hours and 35 minutes. The match has progressed way beyond 4 hours with no end in sight. People are starting to leave. Leave the building? The Full House crowd? Well, it's around 7 p.m. They're hungry. It's survival of the fattest now, those people who can last. McEnroe says, well, Davis Cup in the United States, not as important as in some foreign countries. People have to eat. They want to go home. It's dinner time. And why do they have to go home? Because the Civic Center has run out of food. But McEnroe and Becker have not run out of energy. Now let's rejoin the match. McEnroe is serving at 1 set all and 8 games all in the third set.
Kind of shell-shocked by the match that they've been seeing, its length and its excellence.
Well, they come and they go. They get up and then take their seats again. Hartford, Connecticut was the home of what they called the World Cup. I think Australia versus the USA. It was held here for many years, and I know Fred played in that thing a number of times. Didn't you, Fred? Was it here? It was here, wasn't it? Once or twice.
It was here many times when they built the Civic Centre. We played here for 5 or 6 years. Tremendous support from the local community, and they're getting it again for the Davis Cup tie.
That's wide. Courtney Love, well, here in 1978, a youngster by the name of John McEnroe won his first ever professional tennis tournament in the city of Hartford, Connecticut.
McEnroe and Connors represented the United States in the Aetna World Cup here. And it was just at the closing stages, Australia were not competitive enough, and the competition finished.
That's changed.
Whoops, did I hear a female voice say foot fault this time?
You did hear a foot fault call, so John McEnroe must be satisfied. He had one linesperson removed.
And that linesperson there has taken his place, and she is called foot fault also.
It's happened a few times to him. You know, you'd think that he just tried to take I mean, even a couple of inches is all he needs, and then he's not going to be in danger of stepping on the line. Of course he is. Why would she call it otherwise?
A double fault aided along by the foot fault. His 7th.
There is how close he gets to the line. See, now let's just take a look and see when he moves. You know, at that point there, see how he rolls it over? Well, if he rolls that over onto the line, it's a foot fault. And he comes very close every time.
I remember in a match at Wimbledon maybe 3 or 4 years ago on court 1, McEnroe was called 5 or 6 times and got so upset. He should just move back, you're right.
Yep. And it is 9-8. And again, Becker goes to sit down, coming back, trying to serve to square this 3rd set at 9-all. Serving at 8-9 in the 3rd. McEnroe, when he had the blahs there for a while at the beginning of this set, seems to have regrouped mentally and physically.
He did exactly the right thing on that first point. I've said it a couple of times, but probably worth repeating. When he attacks the serve and makes Becker pass him or have to pass him, that's when he's in control. Becker has to be thinking right now.
You see, Boris Becker's had 5 chances to break in this set, McEnroe none, but he'd like to put this one on the board to get 3 set points.
Oh, look at that. Unbelievable return. Tremendous serve. And then McEnroe, having made it, says to himself, I'm sure he's not going to be able to do anything meaningful of that. And look at that. Turns his shoulders, takes a big swing. And McEnroe, even from the back of the court, cannot track it down. Look at this.
set points. Remember, in game 22 of set 2, McEnroe had 5 and could not pull it off. Had he been able to just pull off 1, this would be for the match. But he didn't. Becker fought back and won at 15-13. And now McEnroe has set points again.
It looked to me when Becker hit that volley that he might have been hitting a ball that was going long, Fred.
Certainly was. He got it round chest high and it would have floated along most definitely.
Still set point. Almost becomes mandatory for John McEnroe to pull this off if he's to stay in the match. Becker goes to that big booming serve that served him so well. What a return. And that is out, and that's the second set for John McEnroe. He leads 2 sets to 1. 6-4. 13-15, 10-8. They'll take a break. McEnroe, is he back?
Dandruff, psoriasis, scalp dermatitis. If you asked all the dermatologists listed here to recommend a therapeutic shampoo, Neutrogena T-Gel would come out #1. T-Gel works on all 3 itchy, flaky scalp conditions. Neutrogena T-Gel, it works.
Once again, a Subaru has received the highest possible rating in recent crash tests. The Legacy has beaten every car tested in its class. But the real story is that with our full-time all-wheel driving system, Subaru can help you avoid accidents altogether. The added safety of full-time all-wheel drive, #1 in crash tests. No wonder the competition keeps beating their heads against a wall. Subaru, the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Relax your body. Free your mind. And soothe your spirit. Enter your own quiet world. Presenting Quiet Moods. Your escape to a relaxing world. Quiet Moods, the most beautiful music ever recorded. Quiet Moods, more than 3 full hours of music that will lift you up and soothe your spirit on 3 CDs or cassettes. Quiet Moods will work for you. We guarantee it. Discover the soothing world of Quiet Moods. Here's how to order.
To order Quiet Moods, call 1-800-319-7979 or send $24.99 for 3 cassettes or 3 CDs plus $4.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
This Sunday, the road trip rips into L.A. Mark McGuire's looking to go deep, and he muscles the Cards against Slugger, Gary Sheffield, and the Dodgers. The ultimate road trip rolls on. Cardinals, Dodgers, Sunday at 8 on ESPN.
When will this match end? Well, if you're a tennis degenerate like me, you don't care. There's so much brilliance from both men, Becker and McEnroe. And I think if McEnroe were straightforward about it, I know he's yelling at Becker, but he would sympathize with this kid. Becker winning Wimbledon at 17, McEnroe, a Wimbledon semifinalist at 18. Suddenly, you're thrust into the public eye and you have to grow up on the front pages. That is not easy, especially for Becker, because you see, in the United States, well, we have so many sports, but Becker suddenly becomes a Teutonic god. Everybody wants a piece of him. And I remember in 1987, when he came into Wimbledon, the favorite to win a 3rd straight, he was upset in the 2nd round by a no-name Aussie, Peter Dewan. German reporters were now starting to flock around Becker. There'd only been one German writer at Wimbledon before Becker. Now he had a platoon following him. And one of them, a newcomer, came up to me and said, "How can Boris lose? He cannot lose. Tell me what happened. How can he lose? The tournament is kaput." And I said, no, the tournament will go on without Boris. How can he lose? I said, that's why they play. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. The guy walked away from me saying I was crazy. I didn't know anything about it. But Becker had to live with that kind of pressure. He also faced the scrutiny of his public life, every romance, every movement. Now, Boris had a deal with the mass circulation paper Bild. Boris was writing a column on the back page. Of course, it was ghosted. On the front page, they were knocking Boris. They were paying him, but they were knocking him. So they took him apart and they lifted him up. They took him apart and they idolized him. For Boris Becker, this was really tough. And now he's in one of the tough matches of his life. In Davis Cup in those days, they took a break after the third set. Fourth set, and that rest break didn't seem to help McEnroe. Becker broke in the first game. McEnroe committed his 8th double fault of the match, and that helped Becker. Becker then held in the next game. 2 break points, but he squashed him. 2-0 for the German. McEnroe held, but continued to struggle with his serve. At 1-3, Mac was broken again, and the hard-serving Becker held twice. He had the set 6-2, and they were dead even. When we return to this 1987 Davis Cup match between Boris Becker and John McEnroe, Becker's serving, it's 2 sets apiece, and he's down 1-2 in the 5th and conclusive set.
Imagine coming home every night to a symphony of jets, all playing their part to make you feel better than ever. Sound good? Then call now and we'll send you a free brochure on the hot tub more people relax in than any other. Hot Spring Spas. Slip into 102 degrees of warm, pulsating water, and you'll instantly find yourself 180 degrees from the everyday world. Your work, your worries, all drift away. Hot Spring Spas give you what other hot tubs don't, like our exclusive no-fault 6000 heater, our easy-to-operate control system, just set it and forget it, and the 100% no-bypass filtration system that works round the clock to keep the water crystal clear. Hot Spring Spas. Always hot, always clean, always ready when you are. And multi-layered insulation keeps electricity bills down. Easy to set up, easy to maintain, easy for Consumers Digest to award one of our models a Best Buy every time they've rated hot tubs. After another long day or another battle to stay fit, a hot spring spa is the place to relieve your stress, revive your spirit, and reconnect with loved ones. Drift away to a symphony played by the world's most unique variety of jets. Feel our patented Moto Massage jet sweep up and down your back. The Quartet jet system work your neck and shoulders. Our Footwell systems soothe your tired feet. With the world's #1 brand backed by a Fortune 500 company, you get unparalleled technology, superior quality, and the ongoing support of a professional dealer, so you'll never be left out in the cold. To enjoy an underwater symphony at home, call now or visit our website to get your free brochure and the dealer near you. Hot Spring Spas, built for a lifetime of relaxation.
Arm strength, quickness, agility, and body control, the essential elements of the winning defensive baseball player. And with Coach Emanski's Defensive Drills video, you'll learn the amazing training secrets of America's finest baseball school. The Defensive Drills video features revolutionary training techniques developed by professional scout and instructor Tom Emanski. Techniques that get results, producing baseball world's back-to-back-to-back AAU national championship teams and even a gold medal in international competition. In a recent review, Collegiate Baseball Magazine exclaimed, with Coach Emanski's techniques, the future of baseball is here today. Even top professional players are impressed. Just ask Major League superstar Fred McGriff.
I'm so impressed with the instructional videos by Coach Emanski that I've given them my full endorsement. When you watch them, you'll know why.
The Defensive Drills video is available now for immediate shipping. It makes a great gift and benefits players of all ages and ability levels. To order, call now 1-800-883-5995. That's 1-800-883-5995. Call now.
Court's in session, and there's love in the air. June 25th, ESPN Classic presents a positively smashing event. Classic Wimbledon, serving 14 hours of Rod and Billie Jean, Martina and Bjorn, John, Jimmy, Chrissy, and Steffi. It's the annual Rite of Spring, and we've got history's best. Classic Wimbledon. Starts Sunday, June 25th at 7, only on ESPN Classic.
Getting down again to where every point that's being played is being played at the edge of a precipice. Either player lets go for just a moment, and he could be gone. Both of them know it.
McEnroe has had his moments tonight, but they have been milder than John McEnroe in many other occasions.
He's making an effort to contain himself, I think. And by and large, he's been successful. As a matter of fact, Becker has a warning on the books for abuse of racket.
And it is 2-all.
Meet the inspiration behind the truck. We thought of them when we gave it the most powerful V8 of any 4x4 pickup. We thought of them when we gave it a bigger extended cab than Ford F-150 or Dodge Ram. Maybe that's why Chevy Silverado.
Now you can find all your cards and receipts instantly with the amazing Magic Wallet. Is your wallet bursting at the seams? Do you resort to this? You need the Magic Wallet. The Magic Wallet is thin, compact, good-looking, and made of top-quality leather. But watch closely, because you're about to see what makes the Magic Wallet different than any other. Simply put your cash or a receipt inside, close the wallet, and presto, it's magically grabbed and held tight under the strong nylon straps. The Magic Wallet instantly grabs parking stubs, business cards, credit card receipts, and more, so you'll know just where to find them later. But that's not all. These outside pockets hold all your credit cards, driver's license, and more conveniently and securely. And the Magic Wallet still stays thin and streamlined, so it fits easily in your shirt pocket, pants pocket, evening bag, anywhere. The Magic Wallet is handsome, convenient, and fun. Your friends will love it. There's no other wallet like it. It's magic. Old-fashioned wallets and money clips made of high-quality leather like the Magic Wallet can cost $40, $80, even $100. Yet they can't do this. But the genuine leather Magic Wallet costs just $14.95. Plus, you'll get a special free bonus when you call now. Our exclusive auto wallet to hold and organize all your car registration and insurance papers. It's yours free when you order Magic Wallet now. Magic Wallets make great gifts. Call within the next 10 minutes and get 2 for just $19.95. You save $9.95 and get an auto wallet free. Here's how to order.
Call now 1-800-604-2244 to get the amazing Magic Wallet at the special TV price of just $14.95 and get the auto wallet free. Or get 2 Magic Wallets for just $19.95 and save even more. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Call now 1-800-604-2244, 1-800-604-2244.
If you have thinning hair, you can get this hair loss research update free by calling 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now.
I love my hair, and I can't believe how simple the process is. It's quick, it's easy, it's painless, there's no surgery. And what I love about it is I can do whatever I want every day. I can go swimming, I can play sports. You won't believe it until you try it yourself.
You can get this hair loss research update free by calling 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now.
Tom Dempsey will try to kick the longest field goal in National League history. Here's a snap, the ball is down. Dempsey kicks, it's all the way. It is!
This is ESPN Classic.
The 17th for McEnroe. Wow. That second serve. 15 all.
It was a good second serve, wasn't it? It was an even better returner serve. Watch this. Now this is a second serve, mind you. He really put a little juice on that one, and it wasn't that shorter serve. I shouldn't say McEnroe. Becker stepped aside though and had enough time to swing that big forehand.
Still very few unforced errors in this match. Good half volley there from McEnroe. Good deep half volley. Becker couldn't come up with a reply of any description. Incredible play.
Open court. Good court coverage. I haven't seen Becker do this too often. Watch it again. McEnroe serves, he comes into the net, he puts the return in and then comes into the net instead of staying back and waiting for the ball to bounce before making his passing shot.
Cut off the angle there, came across the court at the angle rather than run straight across the baseline.
Big point.
Oh, it stayed in, and it's break point.
McEnroe couldn't hit that volley any better than he hit it. And Boris, well, he was a little lucky on this backhand passing shot. Watch it. That ball hit from about 5 inches above the ground, and then Boris, as I said, a little bit of help, as you see from the tape. There was nothing McEnroe could do about that.
If that went over clean, it was a clean winner. He did get a little bit of help from the tape. But what a backhand pass.
Likes to go down the middle here. That's what he's done. Does not this time, and gets the point. He had caught. He's been trying to go down the middle, and that time on his first serve he went into the body of Becker, and it's deuce.
Dangerous play, that into the body serve. I judge he might have been trying to get wider than he actually got, because that wide serve has worked for him. Wasn't even close, and it doesn't help McEnroe when they whistle like that, because, well, he thinks that the call might have been bad with some help from the crowd, and they're wrong.
Double faulted, back to break point. That is his most costly double fault of the match. It's his 10th of the match.
You know, Jim, I can't help but thinking that the whistles that you hear just make him lose concentration for a moment, because he knows, because he had a very good view of that serve of his, that it was wide. And anything that upsets the concentration, that makes you think about something other than the job at hand, hurts. Hence the double fault.
Bites off another one. Wow. And a third chance for Becker to take a service break lead in the final set. There it is. A big break there. Becker up a service break, leading 3-2 in the final set.
Get more from...
In anticipation of your runaway success as a Wall Street Journal reader, how to blend in with normal people. When in public, walking a pet can help you blend in. A tip on being madly successful from the Wall Street Journal, full of insight on making it big. Subscribe to the Journal for just 57 cents a day for 13 weeks, 25% off the regular rate. The Wall Street Journal. Call 800-732-0800. That's 800-732-0800.
Let's go back to the Civic Center in Hartford. 1987 Davis Cup match, Boris Becker and John McEnroe. McEnroe had led 2-1, but now it looks like trouble. He's serving, he's down a break, 2-4, and this is the last set.
And if he does not break here, in the 3 service games by Becker thus far, he's allowed but 2 points. He's on a string like he was back in set number 3. Or, excuse me, set number 4.
You wonder how he does it, don't you? He comes in, lets the racket head drop, and still has so much control of that volley.
All.
Another move forward from Becker there on the volley. Played a return.
You just heard, Cliff, but the official record, and you and I were there, was not 6:40 or 6:50 as we thought. It just seemed that long. It was 6 hours and 32 minutes. Wilander and McEnroe, which McEnroe won. So we're closing in a hurry on the official record for Davis Cup lengthy matches. McEnroe would like to have won both of these 6-hour marathons. Right now he's down a service break in this second. And we'll break that old record because we're only about 2 minutes away from breaking it.
Oh, no. Okay, this is a very big point. McEnroe needs it.
And got it. 40-30.
It is not over as long as he stays just one serve break behind. 2 will do it for Becker. Becker had to guess on that return. He guessed right, moved into the backhand passing shot, or return rather.
He's guessed right a few times at the right moment, though, hasn't he, tonight?
Well, earlier you gentlemen were saying that you feel that he can almost read better than most people, at least, McEnroe's serve. That is the second time that McEnroe has double faulted to break point in as many service games. And Boris Becker and Germany are 1 point away from almost a lock on a 2-match-to-love lead. McEnroe's not going quietly. Right into his body again.
I have to think that Becker was sure that McEnroe was going to hit that serve into the forehand side because he just wasn't ready for it.
Hit it with 2 hands.
Is double faulted for a 3rd time in the last 2 games to break point. 12 double faults, but the last 3 have been the deadly ones. Longest match in Davis Cup history. Got to put a little asterisk there, Cliff. You and I've sat through them both. Both have been thrillers, but both have been long. And both have been shown on ESPN. That's out. It is 5-2. We're going to go away from Hartford, and when we come back, it may be for the final time because Becker is up 2 service breaks and will be serving for the match.
And now for something completely different. It's the Boogie Bass, the all-singing, all-dancing, talking fish. And that's no fish story.
The scenario would be this should McEnroe lose. Flack and Seguso have to win. They all have to win. Flack and Seguso win the doubles. McEnroe take Eric Yellen, and Mayotte must face Boris Becker. That's what it would take if Becker wins. It is a triumphant return for John McEnroe to play this well this long after being out for so long. But the concern is the Davis Cup and the United States' ability to stay in that world group of 16 in 1988.
McEnroe has nothing to be ashamed of. He has played, as you've said a number of times, extraordinary tennis.
The odds makers would say the real upset was Mayotte losing to Yellen, although Yellen looked awfully good today. And here we are after 6 hours and what is it now, 40 minutes or thereabouts, the longest record ever. Boris Becker has a couple of match points. West Germany looking to go up 2-love. This day is over. It is a bleak outlook for the United States. Becker runs over to Pilic, gives him the high five before going back to John McEnroe. Becker wins at 4-6, 15-13, 8-10, 6-2, 6-2 in a new record time of much better than 6.5 hours.
Well, Boris, congratulations on a great effort. 6 hours and 42 or 43 minutes. You'll probably remember this one for a while.
Well, it was definitely one of the greatest matches I've ever played, if not the greatest, especially in the moment of the surviving round in Davis Cup, yeah.
I think you both fought like fox terriers out there, tooth and nail, gave no quarter, but the caliber of tennis was unbelievable.
I think it was a war out there, and we tried everything. He tried everything, I tried everything, and on top of it we were playing great tennis, and I think they're not much better than these ones.
In the second set, John McEnroe led 10 games to 9, had a high backhand volley to give him love 40. Missed it. Turning point of the match?
Well, at that moment I realized a little bit that he's going to get shaky, and that made me a little stronger, you know, because I knew I'm going to put that ball in and he has to make the winner if he's going to win that match. And that helped me, and that point was a very big point, yeah.
Physically, were you surprised that John could stay out there for 6 hours and 40 odd minutes on, you know, very humid out here with the lights on the court here?
I think he was playing under emotions, and then it's possible he's going to feel it more tomorrow morning, but he's a great player. He can also stay out there for a couple hours, yeah.
Now, Boris Becker, 6 hours and 40 odd minutes out there, a few hours sleep, and back here for the doubles tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be my sleeping place, I think.
The first match with Eric Yalen playing so well, did you feel a little more relaxed after being up 1-love going out there in this match?
It was obviously a great win for Eric, and it boosted our team spirit enormously, but on the other side, I knew that John is going to go out there and he's going to say now or never, you know, and that's what he did, and that's why he played so well.
Well, congratulations once again, and it's probably been the best Davis Cup tie, the best tennis match all our viewers on ESPN have ever seen.
Well, I hope.
Yeah, Boris. All is good. You're right about that. It was a spectacular match, and John McEnroe agreed. A hell of a match was McEnroe's quote, and that seemed to cover everything. And I know that you agree that it was too. 6 hours and 20 minutes. The second longest match, at least that has been recorded in tennis history. McEnroe and Mats Wilander in 1982, also Davis Cup, went 6 hours and 32 minutes. The long ones and McEnroe in them. Now what happened? After McEnroe lost that match, Robert Seguso, Ken Flack came back for the United States, won their doubles. It's 2-1 Germany. McEnroe reappears to beat Eric Yalen. It's 2-all. Now, a fifth match. Who goes? Who goes down to the nether regions in Davis Cup? It's Boris Becker beating Tim Mayotte in 5 sets again. He won the first 2, lost the third and fourth, and came through in the 5th set. So ecstatic that he pitched his racket into the stands and it hit a woman in the head. Boris quickly raced up into the stands, apologized, and invited that woman, she was not injured, she was cut, to be his guest at the U.S. Open. Becker had saved Germany. Imagine the headlines at home. Becker had put Germany back into the World Group for 1988, and then Germany won its first Davis Cup. For the United States, McEnroe had said before the match, if we lose, we're going to go play Kampuchea or somebody like that. It didn't quite work out that way, but the United States was out of the big league for 1988. Relegation. The Americans played Peru. That was Andre Agassi's debut. The United States beat Peru and then beat Argentina to qualify for the tournament once again in 1989. Boris Becker would go on to win Wimbledon for a third time in 1989 and lead Germany to another Davis Cup that year. He won the U.S. Open in 1989, the Australian Open in 1991, and for a brief period was number one. John McEnroe was in decline, but there was a shining moment for him in Fort Worth, Texas in 1992. As doubles partner to Pete Sampras, they won a vital match as the United States defeated Switzerland for yet another cup. That was the fifth cup in McEnroe's career that began in 1978. He may have exploded a few times, but nobody ever played harder or better for the United States. For ESPN Classic, I'm Bud Collins. We'll continue in a moment.
10万枚いったら今後